Mm-hmm.
Hey, y'all. I'm running late tonight. I'm sorry. I would say there's mayhem tonight for some specific reason, but y'all know it's always mayhem for one reason or another. So y'all get to see me go all up underneath my clothes and put my mic on. Oh, sorry. And let me boost my mic because I'm assuming I still need to do that. And we are ready to go. Let me see. Hey, Mary. Let's see. Sound. And we're going to boost to 12. And alrighty. I think we're good to go. Hopefully, we're in both places. Hello, hello, you guys. How are you guys tonight? I hope everyone is having a wonderful weekend. It is wet here in Arizona. We are not used to rain, y'all. We don't know what to do. Hey, TikTok, how are you guys doing? Thank you guys so much for coming to hang out with me tonight. I'm live every Sunday night. Um, if you guys want to watch more comfortably, though, you can check me out on Facebook and or YouTube. So, just options. We have options. Um, I'm gonna wait for my husband to find me. But tonight, I'll talk about what we're gonna do tonight while David is finding me in all the places. I know that we were going to do the kits tonight, and we had said we're going to do the kits tonight, and the kits are left over from the Pinners Conference, and we kind of went over them last week, you guys. It was the Christmas window kits that are for sale on the website, but I got a lot of orders. I probably shouldn't have done this in the midst of like Black Friday sales because I had a lot of orders, and then we also had a lot of kit orders, and I felt bad because I wasn't able to get a lot of the kits out in time for the people to have them tonight. So we're gonna postpone doing our Christmas window until next Sunday. Um, so if you want to grab a kit, you still can. They're available on the website, and I'll post a link to that in just a bit. But I think David has found me now.
No, I'm not even close.
Oh
I
Lord,
was ordering the part
he
so that
on
we could
Amazon,
correct our
y'all. He
sound.
supposed to be the sound man, and he on Amazon. Okay,
Yes, I
so
was. Speaking of which, you can't open any of the boxes that come in for the next few days
why?
because I didn't just order a part for sound.
Ooh.
So
What else did you order? My poor husband,
I
y'all.
ordered a thing.
He has a bossy wife. So like I'll be like, "Ooh, I want one of those," and then I'll just buy it. And so I've like scratched off, I believe, 4 gifts off your list.
Well,
Three.
three.
3 gifts off of his list. Oh man. Anyways,
All
that's
right.
what happens when you're with an assertive woman, baby.
I know. I'm okay with that. That's all right. Be ready. It's telling me to
um
be ready, but it's not telling me that we're live yet.
Oh, I meant to get some pictures of bells. Dang it, dang it, dang it. I know you guys know what I'm talking about, though. So, you guys know the brass Christmas bells, they're everywhere. I saw them last Christmas and I was already like kind of falling in love with them, the cowbells. But they're like everywhere this Christmas, everywhere. And so I have been brainstorming on different ways to make them. And so we're going to kind of talk through, I don't know, my process tonight and talk about, actually have quite a few announcements tonight. But we're going to talk about a lot of stuff tonight. But we'll be making bells tonight while we're talking.
Okay, we're okay
My husband's still
on.
looking for me.
No, we're okay on Facebook. I can hear you. I
Okay.
didn't get to hear me, but that's okay. That's no big deal.
Okay. Ooh, I
Uh,
can talk about the giveaway while you're looking for me too.
all right.
So I ran around my inventory room like a crazy person just before we went live right now to fill up a bag. And I focused on like tools, right? Well, stuff. I'm going to say stuff. I do a lot of teaching, so I have like stuff. So this is a grab bag. I have 3 sheets of Roycycled decoupage paper in here. Um, I started filling this bag full of precast molds, you guys, but I'm gonna put more in here. I just ran out of time. There is like a little zipper bag in here to like store. These are really good for storing your stamps, you guys, but you can store other stuff in here too. And I like them because I'm a visual organizer and you can see what's in the bag. So these, um, this is like a little cleaner kit. A lot of clay, like people who do clay use them. And they have like, I love having them on my craft table though, because you have like, and they're double sided. There's like a tool on each side. So that's in there. I have a sanding block in there. This is a magic eraser, squeaky, 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 in there. I have a beauty blender. No, I'm just kidding. It is a beauty blender, but I love using them for the stencils, you guys. They are beautiful. When you use that, you can blend out beautifully. This is just like a kid had to put together at some point, and I still have it. It's just little wood, unfinished wood pieces, but they're all different shapes. These would be really fun to do like name tags or something during the holidays, maybe. I don't know. So, or just different crafts. You can use them to make ornaments too. I know, there's more. And then this little rubber thing, you can suction to the bottom of your sink, and when you're cleaning your brushes, you can just rub it across that texture. It's made for makeup brushes, but we can use it for paint brushes too. And then I have a little mini ink pad. I'm gonna load this ink pad before I send it. And then there's like a little mini like blotter that goes with the ink pad. So if you haven't used ink with your stamps yet, you can like play with this and kind of get a feel for the difference between the ink and the paint. And I have a pack of, I want to say there's 10, I believe there's 10 paint brushes in this pack. And then I have what is seemingly like a blank card for no reason, but I love using this card to make lines and to scrape paint. Anyways, I use these, I cut them up, I use them for different stuff. So I threw one of those in there. So that is what's in tonight's grab bag. And I decided, okay, I know he's giving me the side eye over there really quickly before we move on, because I know we're already late, but I was literally overwhelmed with the number of orders that came in last week. Like literally, figuratively, emotionally, and mentally overwhelmed. Sometimes in a good way, sometimes in a bad way, but overwhelmed all the same. And I am so incredibly grateful for you guys. I am so incredibly grateful for you guys. I know that it was my peeps that were shopping, because I did not send coupon codes out to anybody else. I only sent them out to those of you who are Roycycled insiders. And the number of orders that we had was just, it was remarkable. And I am like so thankful for all of you who ordered. And so I've decided that I'm going to give away something every Sunday for the month of December. And so this is tonight's giveaway. There's no telling what's going to be next week. So this is the craft, what do we call this baby? The craft grab bag?
Sure.
The craft goodie bag? I don't know. This is what we're going to give away tonight. So all that you have to do, oh man, we should just draw, huh?
Sure.
If you guys love me and you love David, if you'll share, that will be wonderful. But we'll just do a drawing, only because we're on 3 different platforms. And so we really can't do, because you can't share on YouTube.
You can like and subscribe, but I can't see that.
Yeah.
Um,
So why don't we do, okay, so if you, because
I don't see TikTok at all.
I know.
So
I'm going to have to do something special for my TikTok people.
all right, well, why don't we do this week? It's Facebook.
Okay.
And next week it'll be YouTube, and the week after that it'll be TikTok.
Okay, that sounds fair.
Wait,
Of
the week
course.
after is the week after the week after? Is that Christmas?
No, this is the first weekend, the
Oh,
first
okay,
Sunday
yeah.
of December.
All right, so we'll be good.
I think we have another one. And we said we might go live on Christmas.
Yeah, today's the 4th, so the 4th, 11th, and 18th.
Yeah.
Okay.
So tonight will be Facebook. So if you guys share, you guys can be put into win.
Yeah,
My
say
craft-
that you shared in the comments.
Yes, they are, baby. They got you. I see share. But let's say hi to everybody before we get any further, because y'all know. I'm ready to go tonight. I'm all excited about
All
this
right,
craft.
on YouTube we have Felicia Brown from Santa Barbara, California, and Sandy Henkelman from Illinois, Valerie Robinson from Oklahoma. They're the only ones who've commented right now. But again, YouTube, I know a lot of you guys are watching, on your TV. We understand that's A-okay. So hi everybody on TV. That's where we'd rather be, is watching on our TV. You know, let's just be honest. All right, and on Facebook we have Patricia Cassidy, Cassida.
Oh.
So Doris Rushing, Jackie Bishop Carnivale,
Hey, Jackie, I saw you did your first live, girl. I see you.
Lexi Grenzer says it sounds like Anton and me.
Hi, Lexi.
I'm guessing that's the gift part.
Oh.
Roycycled Treasures just had a new grandbaby. So I'm guessing somebody who was just.
Oh wait, Jackie. I bet you it is
Oh,
Tammy. I know Tammy was waiting for a grandbaby.
okay. And she keeps trying, so I know she's trying to get her profile. Joan Volkman watching from beautiful Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Hello, Joan.
Evelyn Peeland, first time watching. I hope I'm pronouncing
Hi,
that right.
Evelyn.
Beverly Skeen loves the sound effects.
Hi, Beverly. What sound effects?
Is it maybe the heater?
Oh, maybe. I don't
Could be.
know. What sound effects, Beverly? Do you know something we don't know?
I don't know. Marty Hardy is calling from snowy Idaho. Did you see
Hi, Marty.
somebody from, is it Oregon? The eastern side of Oregon wants to join Idaho.
Oh,
They want to like move the state border. Oregon's two different states. There's the east side, there's the west side.
yeah.
So it's kind
Interesting.
of like Arizona is two different states. There's the center of Arizona and everywhere else.
And then the rest of it. That's more like metro rural.
And it really is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Portland, Eugene are over on the east side. The west side they want to join Idaho because I guess they're closer in philosophy or, it's all outdoors and
Yes.
I get that. Angie Champagne says hello. Deborah Booker Design says hello. And
have
let's
too much
see.
lipstick
David
on.
Bell says share, like, and say hello. Pamela McDowell, Carol Clout, Tammy Marie Martin, excuse me. Let's see. Joy Elizabeth Brotis, for our first Christmas, my husband and I went shopping for the 3 children. As we were walking around, I would pick stuff up, then reject it. You know how it goes. My husband went back later, picked up my rejects, thinking I liked the stuff, and gave them all to me for Christmas. I just try to pay attention to what
David
you say.
He is a really good giver.
So I'm gambling on 2 gifts this year.
He's
One,
gambling.
I feel very confident in. I'm not worried about that.
Okay.
The other one, I don't know. I'm really gambling. Rose House Crafts says hello from Madison, Wisconsin. I should have known with the Haus as house. That's that good German spelling. Jeannie Scott Oliver, Danielle Preston Farrell from Pennsylvania, Patty Jo Woodard, Sherry Spade Benhart, Maureen Peterson, Lori Stanley Henderson, Tammy Marie Martin, Rita Garber Grain, let's see, Shannon Booth, Shaz Conabier from the UK, Belinda Stoneham, Laura B. Daly from Massachusetts, Tammy McGill Reed, Tammy Valoni, Maureen Peterson, I think I already said that, sorry, Bella Rowe, let's see, Delane Sykes, Delane Delane. It's the first time I'm seeing that name. Let's
Welcome.
see.
If we have new people tonight, I'm gonna let y'all know. If you are looking for a concise tutorial, this is not the place. We are hanging out, chatting and crafting. That's what we do on Sunday nights. If you like concise, you can check me out on YouTube. I have a lot of tutorials on there. If you want really concise, you can find me on TikTok, where there's usually like 1-minute tutorials over there.
And Diane Mitchell says hello from Soggy, Scottsdale. Which
Hey, Rachel.
all of us are kind of getting wet here in Arizona, which we can't complain about.
We cannot complain. I was talking to Lexi, and we had a Zoom call with a new artist that I am crazy excited about, and they were saying that California hasn't gotten any rain.
I believe it. What we're getting is coming from the east.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, because they're getting all that snow.
Oh.
So everything's kind of moving
I hope we get a
east.
good snowpack on our mountain.
Ours is not the important one. It's the Rockies in Colorado.
Oh.
That's the really important.
That's the really important one.
Yeah, that's where our water comes from. Is just like Coors beer. Our water comes from the Rocky Mountains.
The Rocky Mountains of Colorado. Okay, I'm over here playing, but I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing. It is complete madness, just so you know. Utter madness, but I'm having fun.
All right, one last one. Jessica Fang. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Phang. Will be in Arizona next week this time, visiting my daughter and grandbabies.
Oh, nice. The weather is nice. It's just wet and cold right now. And when we say cold, it's like, what, 40?
Yeah, it was 50-something today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like cold.
Maggie Fletcher's Curious Celtic Creations. Great alliteration. says Albuquerque is wet as well. And Felicia Brown said it did rain in Santa Barbara this week.
Oh, okay. So
So-
there was some in Southern Arizona.
So maybe they're getting
Southern
some
California,
good.
too. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys what I'm up to, and y'all do not, I am crazy. We all know that, but just, I'm not completely crazy. So,
Chris Schmidt's watching from Aurora, Illinois,
hey, Chris.
and watching the Blackhawks versus the Islanders. Give me score updates.
I know, my poor husband. Are they, oh, I'm sorry, baby.
No, I doubt if we would get the game, but that's
Oh,
okay.
that's
And I
true.
don't subscribe to the NHL channel.
Oh, okay. So I went shopping at the Dollar Tree. My poor husband waited in the car for me, and I was gonna go to Safeway after Dollar Tree. So I come back with three bags from the Dollar Tree, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to Safeway. He's like, oh, I thought you were done already. No, but I went shopping for shapes because I want to make the cowbells. But I mean, I can go buy them. They're not horribly expensive, but it's just the challenge of it. Like I want to make them. So I went walking around the store looking for shapes. And so the one that I went to Dollar Tree really looking for is this one, which I think this is, I bought a bunch of these just because I thought they were like nice. So if you're throwing a party and you don't want anybody to break your nice wine glasses, these are at the Dollar Tree. I'm sure they're champagne flutes, but you know, I'm not fancy. I'll put some wine in here. So there are these, right? And I bought them though for the shape, not for the fact that they're glasses. I think they're like a really good shape for a bell. And so I'm going to show you guys how I cut the stem off of these in order to make it. And I have one here that's kind of prepped. I've already cut the stem off of it, and I've primed it already in preparation for tonight's craft. And those are probably going to be the ones that I use. And I know they're not exactly the shape, but the detail of the glasses, I think is a really pretty detail. And I think it's going to show up really well when I paint these. And so I love these. And these are at the Dollar Tree. So 2 for $1.25. Just saying. And I also got a package of 6 mini, oh Lord, cordial glasses. What is cordial? I'm guessing it's
Cordial.
some kind of cordial.
Those are cordials.
Oh, what's a
So,
cordial?
A cordial, isn't
like a
that an
dessert?
after dinner drink?
Oh, like a, it has a dessert on the picture.
I was going to say, isn't it something that goes with
Y'all
the
can tell I'm not fancy.
final dish? So
Okay.
a dessert.
So they have these cordial glasses. And I thought that these would be a nice shape, right? They're already in the shape. I don't even have to do anything. And so you get 6 in a pack for $1.25. And so I already have 2 of these that are already primed and ready to go. And for the ones I'm going to make for myself, like this is going to be my set of bells. They're going to be these 3 shapes. And I think that they're going to be super cute. But when I was walking around, I did want to kind of explore other shapes and other sizes. So like these are just some regular plastic cups, but then you could put like a foam ball on there and then you have like the full shape, right? And once you paint it and everything, you can make it look like a bell. And I bought different size cups. My poor husband thought it was crazy. I bought these. I got some little shot glasses down here. I didn't really like pull all these out because honestly I didn't figure out how to do the top yet. I didn't find anything, and I couldn't find my Easter eggs because the bottom of an Easter egg will work really good too, but I couldn't find mine.
Oh, the plastic.
Yeah, the plastic Easter eggs, like that bottom portion would probably work really well. And then I explored some other things too. So these are like wine glasses, and you get 6 in one. And they come with a stem. These are cool though because the stem is already detached. And so I looked at this shape, like this could be a bell. I feel like this is more like a wedding bell than a Christmas bell though, right? And so, but I went ahead and I primed this one as well. So we're gonna kind of paint this one and see what happens. And anybody who's been in my classes, they're used to this. Like my mind just goes to all the places. I need to be more succinct when I teach. And this is another wine glass at the Dollar Tree, and it's $6. I mean, $1.25 for 6 of them. And this one is probably closer to like the shape of a Christmas bell, right? And so I went ahead and primed this one in preparation for tonight as well. Like to me, this is like a traditional Christmas bell shape. And I think this is going to be super fun. But I'm going to be doing my porch, and my porch is small, so I can get away with pulling smaller ones. But I know some of you have like bigger houses, and you might have like a big entryway. And so you may need something on a bigger scale. And so I found, believe it or not, this ice bucket at the Dollar Tree. And these bowls right here, I want to say there's 6 bowls in this set. I already broke it apart. Let me see. There's 4. There's 4 bowls in this set, and it fits right over your ice bucket. So if you glued that on there, you would have the shape, and you could make like a giant cowbell, right? And you could hang that up if you have like, if you're putting them in your yard, or you have like a really big porch. And so you can make them to scale. So I just want you guys to start thinking about the form of things, because once it's dangerous though, if you haven't already done it. I know a lot of you do because you upcycle things all the time. But whenever I go shopping, like when I go picking or when I'm shopping, the first thing I see of something is the form or the shape of it. I don't really see the thing itself first. And that's what gives me like so many options or so many ideas for things, is because I can see like the really simple shape. And I'm preparing for my paper mache course that I'll be doing in the first quarter of next year. And a big portion of what we'll be teaching is about really looking at things in a very simplified manner and looking at the shapes that make up things. And so this was kind of a fun exercise for me too, to get my mind primed for that. Do we have any questions before I move forward?
Let's see. Lori Kentner says bougie.
I know.
Dollar Tree's gone bougie.
$1.25. I know. I didn't bring a serrated knife out here. Dang it.
Let's see. Yeah, everybody's saying hadn't really thought of the glasses. Chris Schmidt says cordials are like brandy. It's usually the sweet wines or cordials, aren't they?
Okay. But are you asking me?
I don't.
Rhetorical question.
I'm not. I'm not one of those guys.
I almost called it a shot glass, but it was too tall. Man, I take 2 shots of this, I'm gonna be on the flow.
Yeah.
This is no way no.
But mostly it's hadn't thought of that. So.
Okay.
Candace Clay says Anne of Green Gables raspberry cordial. So I'm guessing I've not read Anne of Green Gables, so I don't.
I used to read a lot.
I'm guessing that was a thing in there.
I was gonna show you guys how I did this, but I forgot to bring a serrated knife. I legit just took a kitchen knife, and you want to cut it right here. So right here, right? Because what'll happen is it leaves a hole at the top where you can string something through there.
Show all the cameras.
I did.
You showed one.
I showed this one first, and
did
then
you
I showed that one.
TikTok?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just
I did. I showed TikTok, and then I showed.
All right.
There's only 2 cameras, even though there's 3 locations.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So you could cut here, like above it, and then you'd have this cute little nubby on there. That would be fine. But all I did was take a serrated kitchen knife, and I just scored it. And I mean, like, not like crazy, just like barely scored it. And then I hung it off of the edge of the counter, and I just whacked this part. But it breaks off perfectly. I've done it twice, and it broke off perfectly each time. So that's how I got this off. Of course, if you have like a little saw, you could saw it off.
I was going to say a hot knife too would work, wouldn't it?
I don't know with this plastic if it would work.
Because that goes through fast.
I have a hot knife too.
Hot knives go through fast, don't they?
I don't know. You mean like the electric ones, like we use to carve the turkey?
No, where the knife actually heats up and you're almost melting. You're cauterizing.
Yeah, I don't know about this plastic. But, I mean, it could be an option, too. And I do have one of those knives. I bought it at the thrift store. I use it for crafts, though, to cut my foam. You know, the knife, yeah. So you can use that, too. But that's how I remove the stem off of my piece. And so I'm going to put you guys down, unless anybody had any questions. Oh, Lord. I have problems over here. Okay. So, I'm so excited, you guys. I have too much stuff out on my table. So this is what I've done. I pulled out my crusty bottle. I call this the stinky paint. You guys know the stinky paint, right? Okay, my stinky paint. And this is like the liquid leaf paint. And this is available on Amazon. I do have this in my Amazon shop. And I also pulled out some colors from Wise Owl. I have copper, rose gold, and I pulled out some bronze because there's no brass. But I thought if I combine some colors that I might be able to get something that looks kind of brassy. And then I also have my Posh Chalks out, which you guys know. The orange gold could be a little brassy, maybe too orange though. But if I mix the orange gold and the pale gold, I might end up with something that looks a little brassy. So we're gonna play a little bit. I don't know what I'm doing, y'all. We gonna work through this together. I'm just telling y'all right now. I did use I did use a sea sponge when I put my primer on, and I just patted it on here so that I had a little bit of a texture on here because I wanted it to have it's just a little bit of texture, not a ton, but just a little bit of texture on here. I will say that I wish, and I probably should have, let me see, do I have one in here? We'll do this one since this one is more of the Christmassy shape. Before you put on your primer, you'll want to like sand this a little bit, right? Let me fix this camera because it's a little too.
Linda Baker says you can use the nubby as the ringer on the inside.
Oh, I know, huh? I thought about the ringer on the inside because when I look at those bells, it just looks like a piece of rolled paper to me. So you can hang that on there.
Candace Clay said Anne of Green Gables got drunk on raspberry cordials.
Oh.
So.
I always liked her, reading her when I was growing up because she was precocious. She did not do what girls were supposed to do. And so I like to sand this first just to knock off the shine. And even though you're going to prime it, this is going to really give your product tooth so that it can really hang on and you won't have any issues with like your paint sliding off because these surfaces are super shiny. And so this is just like, I think it's a 220 grit, maybe 300. But just really quickly go over it and sand it.
So we have an off-topic question.
Yes.
From Patricia Cassidy. What is the best medium to use for decoupaging fabric to wood and how best to seal it?
Fabric to wood. I haven't done a lot of that. I need to do more of that. I haven't. I know that there's a fabric Mod Podge. It's like super thick though. But I would imagine.
Well, you use that to put your paper on fabric.
Yes, but that's how I use it. But Mod Podge made it to decoupage fabric.
Two other things.
Yes.
Okay.
I just, you know me. I never use things for their intended purpose. Sorry. Okay. So you see how it's all dull now? Because I scratched it up really good. And so now whenever I paint, that paint is going to stick to this like really, really good. And let's do this really quickly together so I can just show you guys what I did. And this is gray primer. I love using gray primer under my metallics. I just think it makes them look richer. And if you really want your metallics to look rich, a layer of red paint before you paint on your metallic makes it look like really rich too. And so you guys see how I'm just patting it on there and it's just creating like a texture on there. If I wanted, I could like put a little bit of texture medium in here to make it thicker and it would almost look like a hammered metal. You know what I mean? And so I am just patting that on there.
So on YouTube, Jessica, tell me if I'm mispronouncing it. Is it Phang, P-H-A-N-G, or is it Huang? Anne with an E is a great show. So I guess Anne has got a TV show too.
Yeah, I think it's on HBO or Showtime, I think. I don't know.
Oh.
I watched the first 2 seasons, I think. Yeah, they had people come in their house and try to rob them, baby.
Chris Schmidt says, wouldn't gel medium work for fabric on wood.
Yes, gel medium will work well too.
Shannon Booth says maybe mix a fabric medium in with your decoupage.
The fabric mediums that you have are really made to stay so that your fabric stays pliable. But if you're decoupaging it to wood, that isn't necessarily a concern. So I don't know that you would need to necessarily use a fabric medium for that specific application.
Oh, Anne with an E is Netflix, according to
Okay.
Lisa Avery.
Yes, Lisa, I did watch. I watched the first 2 seasons. Is there a 3rd season? Because I need something to watch. Oh, you know what? Let me put my dot up. Okay, so you guys see how quick that was? Just quick. And so I'm going to set this aside and maybe we'll paint that later if it dries fast enough. So that's all I did to prep my pieces. I'm going to drop this into a thing of water and hopefully I will make it back to it to actually clean it.
And we have Catherine Miles watching from Australia.
Should we do our wedding bell first, you guys? Do you guys agree with me? Isn't this more like a wedding bell shape? But, you know, we won't discriminate. We'll do the wedding bell too. And I'm going to use the Stinky Brass paint first, but I need to look for a brush that...
So Sherry Benhart says she just uses Wise Owl varnish for fabric on
for
wood.
fabric?
Pam Knight said she's used regular Mod Podge.
Yeah, because it's thicker. The reason
Regular Mod Podge.
The regular Mod Podge is thicker than the varnish.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, the reason why I started using the varnish was because I didn't particularly care for the tackiness of Mod Podge for regular decoupage, but for that application, I think it would be a good thing. So we're going to start with the liquid. This is liquid leaf is what it's called. And you can get it in a lot of different colors. My bottle done been through some things. Y'all see it. It's like leaking all over the place.
Don't you have to put red down first, you said?
No, we don't have time for red. It's an option though.
Oh, okay.
But we're just going to do the gray primer tonight. Because I'm going to try to make it through all these shapes. And we're going to look at a couple of different colors too. Because they come in brass. But that doesn't mean that we have to use brass, right, guys? Because y'all know I want to use copper. Y'all already know. Copper is my favorite. I am going to use flowers in my Christmas tree this year. And I'm going to use rose gold and copper accents. So my bells are going to be rose gold and copper. Just saying.
Lisa Avery, I don't often use Mod Podge for much, but have used it for fabric to wood. Shannon Booth, that makes sense about the fabric medium. I agree with whomever said gel.
Yeah, the gel is nice because it has body and it stays open so long. So you have like work time.
Oh, it is pronounced Pang. Thank you. I knew I was mispronouncing it, Jessica. So I'm sorry about that.
Okay, so just a quick coat. And I also pulled out my IOD trimmings molds, you guys. And I have them sitting here. So if we have time, we might do some trimming. But I don't know. But, I mean, once you paint it, you can see, right, how it can easily be a bell as opposed to just being like a piece of plastic. So I'm going to set this aside. Are there any questions?
No.
You guys are just watching the madness, aren't you? What is Royce up to tonight? So this one I feel like is more like a Christmas bell. Like I can imagine a bunch of these. Like, you know how you take, you can take some jute and like braid it together and then pull a little piece of string out every now and again and tie it around this so you have like a string of bells. I can envision that with this particular shape because it looks like a more traditional actually a bell shape. I'm going to clean this brush really quickly with some alcohol. That's the one thing about the stinky stuff is it's not water based like the stuff that we're used to. And so it does take a little bit more to clean it. You can't just stick it in a thing of water. I mean, you can, but just know that your brush may not recover. And if you guys are like me, that brush might be in the water for a week before it actually gets washed.
And another mispronunciation I've been doing, Patricia Cassida. Not Cassidy, Cassidy,
Oh.
Cassida.
Cassida. Oh,
Got
okay.
it. Ooh, that is stinky. Oh no, I'm smelling the alcohol. Sorry.
Oh yeah, you're smelling the alcohol, not the paint. But yeah, we're so used to most of the supplies I use, you guys, are low VOC or no VOC. So David's not used to smelling anything when I'm crafting.
It's really rare.
Yeah.
Lisa Avery, my husband is sitting in the room listening and goes, wow, that guy is the perfect radio DJ voice. I do not hear it. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank
Now
you.
he works in radio, just, you know.
She's
as a
laughing,
side
so
note.
she
Yes.
knows.
Yes.
So thank you, Mr. Avery.
Mr. Avery.
But I don't hear it. It doesn't sound, I work with guys with good voices.
I think that we all sound, because when we speak inside of our own heads, we sound different than what the rest of the world hears.
We've had this discussion. You say you sound deeper
Yes.
in your head
Yes.
than when you hear yourself.
I know, I sound squeaky when I hear myself outside my head.
I'm the opposite. I hear nothing but what is it, treble. I don't hear bass.
You don't hear, you have a lot of bass in your voice, babe.
Oh, I don't hear any bass.
Very interesting.
I can get down to the bass. I can go down here. But I got to do that.
To get there.
Yeah, I got to pretend.
And you know what? We're going to use this brass for a reference because I think this is like the perfect brass for what we see, right? When we see the bells. So I'm going to try to imitate that. Let's see how close I can get. I don't know, y'all.
All right. So let's see. Yes, Tammy Martin. The paintbrush cleaning is a real thing. I think I've left one in the water for almost a month.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I shared my TikTok on my Facebook page so everybody got to see it.
Yeah.
I'm coming back to you, baby.
Angie Champagne says maybe use one of the small cups to pour alcohol in.
Oh, yeah.
You
Huh?
got a
been
gazillion
smart.
cups now.
I do. What are you trying to say?
Patricia Cassida, David, you should record audiobooks. I did that for my local library about 20 years ago, just children's books.
No. They pay you to do that now.
I volunteered. It was for my library.
No. I mean, like, what's that place called? The Audible pays people to read books.
Well, they haven't paid me.
I know, baby. We're going to talk about this later. I didn't think about that. That's a good idea.
Dorothy Lage is Wiseowl. I've tried doing voiceover work, and I used to do some commercials.
This is different.
I've had one national commercial. I've had a bunch of regional commercials, but the national commercial, I remember my rule has always been I can't do a commercial in the market where I'm at because I do news for a living. So I can't do
So you only be compromised.
right.
by-
I can't be seen as endorsing
Yes.
a product. The one national commercial I got, I was in newspaper at the time, and my publisher walked in and he looked at me and he went, "Having trouble in the bedroom, Dave?" And I
Oh,
went,
because
what are you talking? Oh, that's right. I did an erectile dysfunction commercial, and he happened to have XM,
Oh, so he heard it.
so he heard it. But
Dang it.
I never got a ton of work from those.
Posh has yellow gold, and that would have been perfect.
Okay, Dorothy Lage is why is all metallic paint water soluble?
It is. Everything Wiseowl is water based, but you don't have to seal Wiseowl, which is nice. You can just use it as is. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to replicate brass, y'all. We're gonna try though. But yes, the metallic paint is water based. And
Oop.
I'm trying to find.
Now people want to isolate your laugh and put it on Alexa.
Whenever I record videos, David says, "You know, baby, you need to bring the energy up just a little bit." But people like my calm voice when I do videos.
Well,
Yeah.
because it's different from when I'm with you.
Oh, I know. That's because you're here.
You.
I'm more excited when you're here.
Oh, okay, sure, we'll go with that. Donna Trobaugh asks, "What are the window kits? I missed something."
Oh, I know. The window kits. So for Pinners Conference, we did window kits for my class, and we had some left over. So we brought them back. And so the kit includes like everything you need for the project, including the paintbrush, the paint, the clear coat, the glue. You guys have emery boards to be able to trim your pieces, the paper. I actually made a paper specifically for this project. So you get like 6, I believe, Christmas designs. And then you have the super cute window. And it's 2 pieces. And so you can decoupage the back and then you glue the window over the front. And each of the designs is made so you're either looking in the window or you're looking out the window. I think it's super cute.
And you can leave the window frame wood or you can paint it.
Yes, and we had one young lady come to our booth, and there was a resin, like a resin aisle. It wasn't even a resin booth, a resin aisle, and she actually bought some resin, and she poured resin in the panes. It was
With a
beautiful,
little
and
bit
she
of
put a little
glitter?
bit of glitter in there. Yeah.
It looked so amazing.
Yes.
I've got a photo of that. I'll send it to you so you can put it
So I
up.
can post it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really beautiful.
It looks just like a frosted window.
That's what
is
happens
so
when you
cool.
hang out with creative people. You know what I mean?
But that's the stinky resin.
Yes,
right?
that's the, yeah, she used the como se dice, the one that gets hard with the UV light. It was UV resin.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't like
Yeah.
yeah.
Because you use
wait, that's
resin
the-
that solidifies white.
Yes.
So, and this has to solidify clear.
Clear. Yes, and she used a UV resin. This is a little too orange, you guys, but we're going to go with it because I'll be here trying to mix colors all night.
Tell me how to get one. You go to Roycycled Treasures.
We'll go roycycled.equid.com
All right.
if you want to put that in the comments.
I will.
It's ECWID. And you can find your kit there. And we're going to do it all together next Sunday. We were supposed to do it this Sunday, but there were so many orders that came in, and there were a lot of orders for the kits. And I didn't feel like everyone was going to get theirs in time for tonight. And I didn't want to, have that be the case. So we'll wait until next Sunday when everybody has their kit. So if you want to order a kit, you can, and you'll still have time to get it in time for next Sunday. And I'm going to put this first. I'm going to have to do 2 coats of this. I probably should have put a little bit more of my pigment in there. So with the Posh pigments, you guys, the more of the powder you use, the more opaque your metallic paint is. And so I probably put a little bit too much clear coat in here. Not too much, but I really did want an opaque coverage. So I should have probably not put as much clear coat. But it's okay. I'll just do 2 coats. In crafting, I see people panic. I will tell y'all, crafting is all about problem solving. There is very few things that you cannot fix. So that's not horrible, right? What do you guys think? That's not horrible.
It looks good on screen.
Yeah.
Shannon Booth says, how do you reactivate your Posh Chalk metallic paste in the jar if it gets kind of sticky and not easy to use?
You can actually put water in there because this is water based. So you can just put a little bit of water in there and it'll get looser. Because I do that all the time. And with your metallic paste, you guys, you can either use it thick the way it is because it's a paste. Let me find one this is old gold. Let's play with this one. Why do I have 2 old golds open? I mean deep gold, sorry. This is deep gold. And so it's a paste. This paste is really fun to use, like to make raised stencils. So it's a paste. Or if you have like screen print stencils, this is good. Just make sure you like have some water to put them in right away. But you can also add a little water to it to loosen it up and use it like regular paint. It's kind of cool.
Peggy Missile sounds like a Casey Kasem voice. I don't know. And now a long distance dedication. Let's see. This in the comments. Yes, thank you for waiting. Everybody's waiting to get theirs. Shane Sellers, I know what you're talking about. I had some that got so thick I couldn't use it. Posh Chalk advised adding retarder to it. Tried 2 different brands, did not work.
Oh.
It seems like water would be the smart way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can also, I noticed that Sunny, she is a retailer for Roycycled and she's also a distributor for Posh. She will put a plastic bag under her lid and then screw over the bag to help seal it better too, so that it doesn't harden.
And on YouTube, Jessica Pang said, why did you prime them with gray?
It's easier to get coverage with gray than it is with white. If I was painting over a white, I'd have to do more coats than I have to do with the gray. I use gray primer whenever I'm using metallics or any kind of jewel tones. So red, purple, any of those colors. because you just get a better coverage and you get like a deeper, richer finish with the gray primer than you do when you're painting over the whites. That white just peeks through so readily. It's hard to get good coverage. And so this was the deep gold. This was the color here. That's kind of brassy, right? But it's like an old brass, not like, like an old brass that's been weathered or something like that. So I am going to get another brush. You guys like my fancy palettes? And let's try, I want copper. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, but we'll try some other colors. But I know I want my bells to be coppery.
I am going to guess that Patty Jo Woodard is watching us and having a conversation with somebody else because this post says, yes, not sure Debbie will be there, broke her pelvis.
Oh, no.
So it'll be you and Monica, maybe all 4 games.
Oh, so she's probably texting somebody else while she's watching.
Exactly. And I'm guessing that's probably a holiday basketball tournament.
Oh, maybe.
Because she's in New Mexico. And I don't know if EAC is doing their holiday tournament this year.
You no sé.
I'm not sure. They may not be. I know Pima will not be there. They're going to a big tournament because Pima is considered the team to beat in their division. They went and played a summer tournament and they lost 1 game to a 6A school.
Oh, wow.
And for those of you that don't even care, and I understand this, we have 4 high schools in our area. And one of them is 3A. 2 of them are 3A. Thatcher's 3A now. In Arizona, it's 1A to 6A. 2 of our schools are 3A. 1 is 1A, and Pima is 2A. So they're a tiny school. And they lost 1 game in this big tournament where real big teams play. Mm-hmm. And they lost to a 6A team by 2.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're considered a top team this year.
Is that the boys?
The boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they just won the football state championship.
Yeah.
So I was talking to the coach and he's like, I'm not upset, but my guys can't practice because they were playing football.
Oh, yeah.
They're so small that there's not basketball players and football players.
Football players.
There's,
yeah. That's why I hate that, the AIA. Is that what they're called?
Uh-huh.
When they approved year round, because I think for the smaller schools that just is detrimental, and I think it makes a better athlete when the kids play multiple sports.
Well, they're finding that when kids specialize in a sport, any sport, really doesn't matter which sport, they're more prone to injury.
Yep, because they're using the same set of muscles all the time.
Yeah, in college, whereas those were the injuries that 30-year-olds would get if they were still playing ball.
Yeah.
Having Tommy John surgery at 30. Now these kids are having that surgery at 19.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. They're pushing these kids too hard.
Yeah.
I played everything. Volleyball, basketball, ran track.
Yep. Amber Demakowitz. Yes, the press and seal works great under lids.
What do you guys think? This is Wise Owl's bronze. We're going to look at all the colors together when we get done. But I just kind of wanted to play with metallics tonight. But you see how once you paint that shape, right? You can,
That one looks like a bell.
Yeah.
And by the way, all bells are great.
All bells are great. David Bells especially.
Yeah, let's just say that. All bells.
All the bells are great. And let's play with my favorite, which is copper. I want to do the big bell with copper. And does anybody have any questions? Are they bored? I'm sorry. You guys are making me nervous.
Kathleen Hoovis, gold leaf might look cool on the bells.
It would. I looked for my corrugated copper leaf and I couldn't find it fast enough. But I think leaf would look beautiful.
Put it on in pieces to make it look like it's cracked.
Oh, yeah, that would be cool too.
Then aged. Angie Champagne says college coaches look for athletes that play multiple sports. I don't know. We've got one nephew that's playing Division I basketball.
Yes.
One that's going to play Division I basketball.
Yes.
And both those kids only play basketball.
Well, because they're competing against kids who play club ball. So when they play club, they play all year.
Yeah, they don't take a break. Mm-mm. The only break that Isaac got was his surgery. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had to have some shoulder surgery, and he's a senior this year, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
What is that? Oh, that's
That's
the table.
that table. My
Okay, so
elbow.
this is Wise Owl's copper. Isn't it so yummy? I love it. Sorry. I really do love this color.
Patty Joe Woodward, love all the bells. Yes, everyone should love all the bells
He is so terrible.
at all times. And I think they should honor the bells
Oh my
with
gosh.
presents and gifts and
Lord have mercy for
sweet
Jesus.
treats and savory dishes.
Oh, sweet treats. Let me tell y'all about my husband. So I bought a little waffle maker, like a little mini waffle maker.
Taking
TikTok-
away a present. Go ahead.
TikTok made me do it because I see people all the time putting all kinds of stuff in those little waffle makers. So I wanted one because it's hard to cook for 1 or 2 people. And so anyways, so I made some waffles and I bought a sweet potato and I baked it and I just pureed it. And I added my sweet potato and some pumpkin pie spice to my mixture for my waffle. But I made David some plain waffles first.
Yeah, I'm not a sweet potato
Yeah,
guy.
he didn't want all that business.
Pumpkin, I'll go. But I like pumpkin in a pie. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
And so I asked him, so how was your waffles? And what'd you say, baby?
I imagine that you would enjoy them very much.
I imagine that you would enjoy them very much. Wasn't that such a diplomatic answer?
They were not airy. They were
I know,
very
they were
dense.
dense, which is how I like my stuff. So.
And you like cakey things.
I
You like
do.
you like it when a dish is breads are thick and hearty.
Yes.
I like an airy waffle. I like a light, crunchy waffle. So
Yes. No, I don't know
I
if
didn't
that
say it
little
was
thing
bad.
gets
Just
hot
not to
enough.
my
I know,
taste.
but that was just such a diplomatic answer. I imagine you enjoy them. This one is so pretty. I'm gonna make a bunch of these, you guys. I think this is my favorite one. Now, of course, there are other things. You guys can look at shapes and figure out other ways to make it. I actually had a paper towel roll. My poor husband, I've been threatening him, do not throw away that paper towel roll for like 2 weeks now.
I have not.
I know. And then I forgot to bring it out because I was going to play with that too. But the surface would be harder with the paper towel rolls, I think, to kind of. But I mean, if it's supposed to be an old used cowbell, maybe that texture would go really well with it.
Shane Sellers, Belgian waffles. Yes, I'm a Belgian waffle guy.
Yes.
Sorry, I just bumped my microphone too. I apologize. Everybody probably just
I
heard
just
that.
thought that was funny. I have so many announcements, you guys. I want to talk about several things. I have Sherry Bernhardt on here tonight, and I want to thank her. She put together a Roycycled marathon, and so they've been doing lives all weekend. Well, Friday, Saturday, and today, Decoupage Live. So if you guys missed the marathon, be sure and go into the Roycycled Upcycling with Decoupage group because I posted all the videos in there, and there are some fabulous projects that they did for Christmas projects using Roycycled Decoupage paper. So thank you so much, Sherry. I'm sorry I couldn't participate, but I didn't have the bandwidth to do it this weekend. And then next weekend, I'll be participating in a marathon, a mixed media marathon. And I'll be, oh Lord, I should have brought the schedule. I'll post it. I'll post the schedule, but it did go out in the email. So my insiders got the schedule. And then the early bird special, that sounds like it's going to be like
Hey,
chicken and waffles, huh? No, the early
chicken and
bird
waffle.
special.
Early bird? No, you're
No?
getting Salisbury steak with an early bird special.
Oh, okay.
Come
No
on
chicken.
now.
I don't know where I'm going.
Maybe if you're splurging, it's a pot roast.
Chicken and waffles is not a splurge.
Well, all right. So now we're bringing in our backgrounds, which you always talk about.
Yes.
So I'm thinking my grandmother on an early bird special, that would have been a Salisbury steak.
Okay.
I'm guessing your grandmother, that would have been a chicken and waffle.
No, actually, well, it depends. My grandmother, we didn't eat out. My grandmother, we would travel, and she would pack food, like legit. She just.
We did the same, but my grandmother loved it because she was a child of the Depression.
Oh yeah.
So she enjoyed going to restaurants. Now, she also stole the rolls. They got wrapped in napkins,
She
put in her
wasn't selling them.
purse.
She was taking home what she paid for.
Extra sugar, the little sugar packets, they came home. She once tried to take a salt shaker, and my mom had to say, no,
Okay, that's
put that
enough.
back. My mother was a police officer,
Is
too.
that where she drew the line? Was a salt shaker?
She's like, you can take a sugar packet. You cannot take a salt shaker. Let's see. Dreaming Cat Studio on YouTube. You can put 2 pieces of bread and either cheese or cinnamon sugar into a waffle maker.
Ooh, I'm gonna try that because I'm all in. When we were little, we used to legit just eat like bread with butter and cinnamon and sugar on it. Yeah.
That's my preferred for French toast. I would rather not have syrup.
No, no, no. This is no fancy French toast, baby. This is just like that.
No, I
Crunchy
understand.
sugar and all.
I understand, but I would butter until it melts and it almost becomes a sauce, and then you load it up with cinnamon sugar, and that's good for me on a French toast.
I've caused a bit of a problem here because I need to put a second coat on these, and I
Dorothy
have
Lage,
stuff all over
are
the
you
place.
judging your waffle texture with quality in waffles? Let's see. Joy Brotis, copper is my favorite metal.
Mine too. Oh, can I show you guys my earrings? Look, I'm gonna be a dork, but I gotta show you guys. So we went to an event, a local event here. My friend Patty, we used to put on Pamper Me Ladies Night Out years ago. But we had stopped doing it. And so Patty organized it again this year. And they have a food bank on the college campus because I remember growing up and it was like this running commentary about being a starving student. And it was just one of those things that was just acceptable, right? Like we were all starving, literally. I ate a lot of potatoes and ramen and frozen burritos in college. But they have a pantry because there are kids who are literally they by the time they pay for like their tuition and their books and their living expenses, they don't have any money left. And so the proceeds from Friday night's event went to the pantry.
But the pantry does more than food. They do clothing.
Yeah.
The thing that I like, they do personal items.
Yes.
So I'm thinking of all those young ladies
Yes.
who get caught. Hey, it happens.
Yeah, and that's
And
expensive anyways, and people don't
not
think
everything
about that.
happens when it's scheduled to happen.
Exactly.
So, and if if you get it before your paycheck,
Then they
what
have that.
what do you
there.
do? They can go to the pantry and they can get some. Um, I'm being diplomatic when all we're
Yes.
broadcasting to are ladies who have all dealt with that
I was
nonsense.
gonna say they know, baby.
Yeah. They also do some school supplies.
Oh, good.
They don't do a ton, but
but some.
hey, you need some pens. Okay, we get you some pens.
I switched up on this one. I don't know if I like it.
So,
So, anyways, there was a gentleman there who was selling Arizona, not copper, but
he was doing, what was it, turquoise, copper?
Arizona turquoise, yeah, and copper.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna show you guys my earrings I bought. I love them. They are so cute. I don't think I like that color. I think I'm gonna go back to
It
the
looks
color.
mustardy.
It does. It looks mustardy. I don't even know what that is. It's here in my bottle. I'm not even sure what it is, but we'll go back over with the other one. But aren't they? I mean, I just love them. So it's copper, and he like what do you not distressed it, but it's
He hammers
patina.
it out.
He hammers it out and he cuts it, and then he does the chemicals to have a patina, and then he seals them. So they're like fabulous. I bought these Friday nights. I love them. Anyways, sorry, my sidebar.
So yeah, you did a
Ooh,
live
I
from
should
there,
patina my bells.
or you did a video from there.
I
Was that
did.
live or was that?
It was a video. I
was
didn't
a
post
video.
it though.
Okay.
It was so noisy in that room.
I know.
You could barely hear us talking, so I didn't post it.
Let's see. Let me scroll back.
I'm like mixing stuff now. I'm causing problems.
Angie Champagne brownie waffles in an ice cream sundae.
Ooh. See, you guys supposed to help you do healthy stuff. I
Shan-
was thinking about like making some chickpea flour, and making me some little like chickpea waffles to eat with my eggs in the morning to increase my protein intake. You guys are giving me dessert recipes.
Shannon Booth and Candace Clay both say bread with real butter and brown sugar. Yes. Tammy Martin agreed. She also said, now this is something you do, flour tortillas that way, heat
Yes.
them over the eye of the stove.
Yep.
Yep, you do that. Cindy Desjardins, cinnamon toast, ate it all the time. Used to dunk it in hot chocolate in the winter. Amber Demakowitz, my grandmother who grew up in the Depression, used to wrap up fried chicken she did not eat in the napkin and put it in her purse.
My grandmother would fry chicken, and we would take it. I think about that, man. We
Oh,
never
I
got
hate
sick.
my grandmother's fried chicken was awful.
Oh no,
she
my
never-
granny's fried chicken was bomb.
Some people could do it, and my grandmother could not. She could not you get to that bone and
It's just red.
yeah, and it's like, okay, I'm done. It's nothing personal, but
I can't do it. That's why I do
you do
chicken
tenders.
strips.
They're great.
I'm not good. Well, I can do like a leg or a wing, but that breast, I can just never get it fried all the way down without burning it. I don't know how my granny did that.
Emmy, it's you go lower than you think you should on the temperature.
Yeah, but then you end up with soggy chicken.
I don't know. There's somebody that I used to work with at the newspaper because my publisher told me, because I used to complain about that because they'd say, oh, we're going to have so and so's fried chicken. I go, no, homemade fried chicken just never works for me. And my publisher told me, no, I understand what you're saying, because she couldn't do it either. She said, this is one, she's figured it out how to do it so you never get that red at the bone. Emily Lichtenwaldner, I just ordered 2 window kits. We absolutely need constructible frames like these arches. Finding them overseas, but not a lot here. You actually have a life-size arch. That's
The one in the living room.
the one in the living room.
You know
that's
what it is, though?
identical to this.
It is. It's I picked that from Jared's place. Actually the Boneyard, the one out there on Benson Highway. It was some kind of decor. It like had a piece of glass or something in it. I just took the glass out.
Yeah, and we've literally got what, 3 foot,
Yeah.
at least 3 foot, maybe closer to 4. That's identical to the window kits.
Well, I had a friend and her husband would cut them out of plywood. And they look really nice once you paint them.
Corey Christensen, Bisbee blue turquoise. No, he said it was Kingman.
He said it was Kingman turquoise.
So, and that's up where I used to live. I didn't live in Kingman, but I lived by Kingman.
I'm going to pull out the stinky stuff again. Where did I put my brush in water, didn't I?
Angie Champagne
so I can
says
get another
stuffing
coat.
waffles. I don't know what that.
Oh, yeah, like
Oh, you take
Thanksgiving
the-
stuffing. Oh,
oh,
yeah. You
leftover.
can put that in there and then put some cranberry and turkey over the top, huh?
Billy Keir says the secret was the chicken breasts were not as thick as today. They are grown to be huge breasts in the hatcheries.
Maybe that's
I
what
can
it
understand
is.
that.
I could see that because my grandmother never had problems.
Oh,
We were
my.
talking about early bird specials. My favorite, my grandmother would cook these huge breakfasts. I mean, we'd have ham steak and fried rabbit and pancakes and eggs and gravy. I mean, it was just, serious. It would be Sunday breakfast was like bomb.
We were not breakfast. As much as I eat a breakfast every day because I have to, I just cannot function if I don't eat breakfast. I
It
can
really
skip
wasn't
lunch.
breakfast because it was after church. It
Yeah.
was more like a brunch.
Yeah, no, we were not breakfast folks. It was grab something and go to school.
My grandmother would make sure we ate breakfast, but my mom, we was on our own.
Yeah.
Some Fruit Loops, they might be dry. You might have milk. I don't know.
All right, Dreaming Cat Studios says 1, gorgeous earrings. 2,
you.
bacon waffles. 3, my grandmother Lee's fried chicken fried in lard was the best thing I've ever eaten.
Yes.
4, I'm going to keep posting until David reads one of these.
You got all 4.
I was not looking at YouTube, I was looking at Facebook. So she
Oh.
caught me.
She caught you.
Yeah.
At least he's not buying comics. He can't buy comics and look at 2 things at the same time.
I know, it's killing me.
Is it killing you?
It really is.
Whoa.
There's a 50-cent sale going on right now that I'm missing. It's killing me.
I'm sorry.
50 cents. 50 cents.
And
How
so,
much for
I
one?
have 2 things. I have 2 big announcements I want to make sure I go over. One, I'm trying to think of which one to do first. Which one's more
We're at an
appropriate?
hour. Just
Okay.
letting you know.
Yeah, we'll wrap up here in a few minutes. And I'm going to post pictures of these like done, like all done. So you guys can see that it's not just like a crazy mix of plastic stuff. Like I think that these are going to be fabulous. So Lexi and I'm going to tell you, having a creative person on my team is so dangerous because Lexi and I get to talking and then, it escalates. When I talk to David, he usually like puts out my fire. No, babe, that's just too much. You're doing too much. Lexi, no. She pours gasoline on it. And then I pour gasoline. And then she pours gasoline. And then it's craziness. But we are going to do a class. I want to tell you guys about this. We're going to do a class. So, for my retailers, I did send out an email tonight. So make sure you guys look in your box because we have some announcements in there. And for everyone else, we have new paper and new stencils coming out soon. I'll have a fixed date for you soon. In today's like manufacturing world, it's so hard to do hard and fast dates because we never know what's going to happen. But it's going to be soon, and I am crazy excited about this launch. And so one of the things that Lexi and I are going to do is we're going to offer a class showing you guys how to use the stencils, because we recognize that our stencils are not like quite like other stencils that everyone's used to. So we're going to do a class showing you guys how to use the stencils, and it's really going to be kind of like a mixed media class because we're going to go over using texture and like a whole bunch of stuff, but it'll all be surrounding using the stencils and the new stencils that are coming out you guys haven't seen yet. So we're super excited about that. So make sure that you guys look out for that announcement. And then my last announcement is it breaks my heart, and if I start crying, just look over me. We have a creative, our design team, and you guys have seen them. They do videos and fabulous projects. And Ashley is our baby, and Ashley had a baby, little Ramsey, and he has been in ICU for a long time now. And I'm not telling anything that she hasn't told. She's updating everybody on what's going on with little Ramsey, but I do have a GoFundMe link on my page, which is not something that I normally do, but I understand what it's like to be in this situation. Like, a lot of us think that like insurance is going to cover, and there's a lot of stuff that insurance just doesn't cover. You know, when you have to be in the hospital day in and day out, and you have to modify your family schedule, and you're dealing with all the things, and then in addition to that, 80% is a lot, but 20% of like, $100,000 is still a lot of money. And so, if you guys want to give, please, you can find the link on my page. And if you don't want to give, if you can just say a prayer for baby Ramsey, and for Ashley and her family, because she has 3 girls at home. So just say a prayer for my peeps. Because life sometimes harder than usual. And so that's all. I just wanted to talk about those 2 things. And I know some of my retailers are like, what? A class? I didn't hear about that. It's in the email that I sent out tonight, you guys. And the class will actually be free for retailers. So, and we'll get more information on that. But I just want it's going to be on January 3rd is when we're going to do the course. And the other mixed media project that I'm involved in that I'm super excited about, you guys, actually made a stencil just for this class. I'm crazy excited. That one is starts in January. And so I think I had both links in the email that I sent out to my Roycycled insiders tonight for that as well.
Do you want to go back down?
Oh, I know, huh?
Yeah.
You guys can't see what I'm doing. Sorry.
I want to stress again, I know you talked about it early, but we may have had some people join since. There were 5 days worth of sales. Was it 5?
Thursday,
or was it more
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So Thursday to Monday.
Okay, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So yeah, 5 days. 5 days worth of sales that you only knew about if you're an insider.
Yes.
So #insider.
Yeah, if you would like to be a Roycycled insider, #insider in the comments, and you'll get a message. If you're on YouTube, do me a favor. I figured out that when you make a comment during the live, it doesn't stay there. So if you want to be an insider, I will make sure and post it in the comments under this video so that you can get the link to be an insider. For those of you that are on TikTok, the link is in my bio to become an insider. And whenever we like show the new designs, our insiders get to see them before anybody else. So,
I just want people to be able to access and get all that they want.
yes.
And
then, of course, this month's resource was the sale, right? So I didn't make anything for this month, but I'll have a resource for next month. And when I say resource, we do things like we did the notebook for October, and for September, we had...
was it the glossary?
No, the glossary is what they get for... You get the glossary automatically when you sign up to be
for
an
class.
insider.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just it's a glossary of creative terms, because a lot of times when you're new to this niche, you watch videos and people are saying things and you don't have context for it, so you're not benefiting fully from the tutorials. And so the glossary is really nice because it just talks about all the terms that you're hearing when you're popping on these different lives and tutorials. Sometimes as creatives who are teaching, we what do they call it, we have the curse of knowledge, meaning that we get so far in our journey that we forget about this whole block of information that we didn't know when we started. And so it's one of the things that I'm very deliberate about covering. So if you've ever taken one of my classes, you guys know I always start with the basics. We always start class 1 with the basics. And so the como se dice, the glossary is a really nice resource because it has a lot of terms that you hear, so that you have context when you're listening to tutorials. And next month, I'm not sure what I'm doing, but it's coming up fast, so I better have it done.
Emily Lichtenwallner says, will we have new stencils for the class or a kit?
Yes.
There you go.
I know. So
that was direct. Usually we dance around stuff, but that was...
I know, that was direct. So, and I know it seems like a lot. I'm actually, one of my goals for 2023 is to do more teaching because I love teaching, you guys. I really, really do. And I believe my students enjoy taking my courses. So I want to be able to do more teaching in 2023. That's one of my goals. And so January 6th starts the mixed media course. There's 6 instructors. You get 6 classes, and they're pre-recorded classes, and they'll be like released every week. And so mine probably won't be until February. It won't be released till February. But for mine, there will be a kit for that class. And then for the class that Lexi and I are doing, we're going to be using so many supplies that we will not have a kit for that class. But we'll be doing that class live in a group, and in the group, it'll be a lot like my decoupage boot camp was last year, where you have the retailers that are going to be in the group, and you guys will be in the group. So if you're looking for a stencil or a specific paper, there'll be retailers in the group that can take care of you. So that's going to be structured a little bit different. And then I'm working on all of the things for my decoupage, for my paper mache course, which I do not have a date for, but it will be in the first quarter of 2023. And I'm super excited for that class. So a lot of classes coming up, but it's all good stuff.
Amber Demakowitz asks, she says, I can find the gold leaf paint at HL, but do you know where I can find the copper leaf?
The copper leaf, the paint? I don't know. You know what? I don't even have copper. I have brass and classic gold are the 2 that I have. I don't know that I have a copper, which I'm thinking if I could find a copper, I would have it. So maybe that's an issue. I'll look. I will look for it and then let you know. I wish I could I can't use my heat gun on these because I'll melt them.
Yeah.
So I have to let them dry by themselves. I really like the Wise Owls brass.
Liz Boyle, will there be a supply list if there is no kit?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We'll have a supply list for everything that we do. And it's not going to be a ton. Like, I love the class that Lexi and I are working on. I imagine that you guys have everything that we're going to use already in your stash. Like, I'm pretty sure that you're going to already have it in your stash.
Unless they haven't picked up a stencil yet, right?
Well, yeah, the stencil, yes. But I mean, as far as the
everything else you use with a stencil.
Because even, so we're like talking through the course and because we get all crazy. So we have to like bring ourselves in and figure out what we're going to do. And so we have a list, like we're going to be using this, but you can also use this, or you can use this, or you can use this, So we'll have that set up for you guys so that you guys will have options for products to use, because you guys know that I don't, when I teach, my goal is to teach you the skill, not just to sell you something. So I'm going to give you like the options of things that you can use.
But the one thing you have to have is a Roycycled stencil.
Yes.
Because the point of this is to teach you how to use
the Roycycled
Roycycled stencil.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
that part.
that's the only one that doesn't get subbed out.
No.
But everything else has options.
Yeah.
So, Maureen Peterson asks, when do we know when to get the kit for the mixed media class? I signed up for it.
We'll be having more information coming out in just a couple weeks. I am not the lead on that, so I apologize. I keep referring you guys to Jane because Jane is the ringleader for that project. I have to tell you guys, I'm a little, not daunted, but like, I don't know. I'm feeling pressure about that one because I'm in there with 5 other incredibly talented artists. And so I don't know. You guys know how I always tell you guys about speaking kindly to yourselves and having confidence and just knowing, that you're, capable. I'm having to talk to myself right now too.
Well, we just, when we volunteered for Thanksgiving, we saw a friend of ours whose son just signed to play college soccer.
Yes.
So, and I was telling him, because I know the people in the college, and I know of some of the people they've signed, and they're really high quality players. These are literally,
they're playing for their countries.
A couple of them are playing for their countries. So I said, these are big time players. If they signed you, because I was talking to the kid, if they signed you, that means you're a big time player.
Yes.
And he's such a good kid. He just kind of shrugged it off and went, yeah, whatever. Because he really is a good kid.
He is.
But it's true. And this is kind of the same thing. There are big time players in this mixed media group. So that must mean you're a big time player, Royce.
Is that what that means?
I am pretty sure.
I don't know. I know that I am super excited for my class. I can't tell you guys details yet, but I woke up with an idea, and of course I got on a Zoom call with Lexi, and she poured flames on my fire. And so I'm excited. I'm excited for my class. Super excited.
We're in an hour 15.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and was there anything else, baby? Was there any other questions?
Nope, no other
look
questions.
On TikTok. You can use a cup or a box cake mix and 1 egg and put in a waffle maker. More dessert. You guys are going to have me gaining weight.
Where are you seeing that? That's what, TikTok?
Oh, on TikTok.
Oh, okay.
Somebody's asking, what do you want to do with an old cowbell? They make beautiful Christmas decor. You mix them with your greenery. If you look on Pinterest, just look for Christmas cowbells, and you will see all of the ideas that are there. They're beautiful. And it's not the old like square ones, the big old square ones. It's the ones that are like smaller. They're gorgeous. They're absolutely gorgeous. And of course they're vintage, and I'm all about vintage. So
you can decoupage over most of those
Tracy,
too, right?
You could, but honestly, babe, it's just a metallic, but it's a rustic metallic. It's just good.
Would a transfer work better on that?
Yes.
A slide transfer?
You could put a transfer on there.
All right.
It's the bug lady. Hey, Jen.
Handy and Honey says, I've checked out all the artists involved in the Curiosity classes. Your work is actually my favorite.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. But, I'm nervous. I will tell you guys, I struggle a little bit. And anybody close to me knows this. And it's funny because when I'm preaching to you guys about stuff, not preaching, but when I'm like encouraging you guys, just know that the Lord has had a word with me first. And then I'm sharing it with you guys. And so, I've been really working to like grow in my craft, and I struggle with the word artist still.
Emily Lichtenwallner says, is the mixed media class on your website?
It is not on my website.
But the link is on your Facebook, right?
It is, but if you put #curious right here in the comments on this live, you'll get a message with the link.
Oh, there you go.
For that. Yeah, for that. Sorry. If you're on Facebook. And if you're on YouTube, I will make sure and put that link in the comments under this video when we're done. And if you're on TikTok, do I have a link in my bio? There's a link in my bio. So if you're interested and you're on TikTok, there is a link in my bio for that as well.
On YouTube, Felicia Brown, David, I love how you continually encourage Royce. Creativity takes courage when you put it in front of others. Look, I'll be honest, I need a sugar mama. So
Why y'all get him started?
I need her to be a success so that I can sit around and eat bonbons And
Oh no.
be a kept husband. I
Oh,
think
you
that's
don't
what I
have to
need.
work, baby.
Oh,
I'm gonna put you in the mailroom.
I don't understand these words. So
But I think that's all we have for tonight. Unless anybody had any more questions. Thank you guys
you
again.
want to
Oh
show
wait,
'em-
we gotta do the.
Yeah, we got to do the giveaway. Do you want to
We
show the
gotta do the
bells
giveaway.
one more time?
Yes, we'll show the bells one more time, and then we'll do the giveaway. This one, I don't even know what color this is. Why do I do this, y'all? Why do I put bottles on my table without labeling them? Like I'm gonna remember what's in there. But whatever's in here, I didn't like it.
You know what that looks like? That looks like butter chicken. Seriously, like a curry sauce.
Like a curry sauce. So this one is not my favorite. Okay, I'm gonna put you guys back down so you guys can see too.
More in the bottle than on the bell, but
Oh yeah, so it's just a little bit too. I don't know. That was not my favorite. I am really digging the brass. This is the stinky paint, right? This is a really pretty, and this is the liquid. What do you call it? The liquid leaf in bronze. This one. And this one is Wise Owl's bronze. And actually, I really like this one too. The Wise Owl bronze is pretty. And then you guys know that I'm going to use copper in my decor. So this is the Wise Owl copper. I need to do another layer on this one. But I'm going to make like probably a bunch of these. And those are going to be my bells. And then I'll sprinkle in some of these smaller, what are these called? Cordial glasses?
yes.
Some of these cordial glasses, I'll sprinkle them in.
No, those
Just to
weren't the
have.
cordial glasses. Weren't they
Yeah.
smaller?
Nope. This is
Oh,
it.
okay.
And I'll sprinkle in the cordial glasses here and there.
Oh,
And
those
I'm
are the small
probably-
ones. I'm sorry.
yeah.
I just looked at the screen, and you were holding the taller flutes.
Oh,
So,
okay.
all right.
And I'm probably going to sprinkle some of these bells in too. So I'll be sure and post a picture when I get everything done. I have to clean up before I can decorate though. That's why I haven't done it yet. So I don't know. I was begging Kayla for her and Esther to come over for us to do like a massive like deep clean / organized day. So we'll see if I get that happen soon.
I love the fact that we do this at the end, and there's always a few folks that peel off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're there for the
Oh.
beginning,
Yeah.
and then we start getting into the end and kind of silly, and they're like, out. Okay, you're not going to be here for the drawing.
I know.
So this week is
Facebook.
Next week it's YouTube.
So how far back are you going to scroll back?
I'm
Do you want them to put like something right now so that you know that they're still here?
Yeah, put something in right now that you're still here.
Hey, how you doing? I'm
Now
just kidding.
next week, what I'm going to want you to do, I know a lot of you watching on TV, on YouTube,
Yes.
just grab your phone and put a comment in,
yeah.
you know, real quick, and then you can go back to watching TV, but we want you to enter.
Okay.
So, and if you're a Facebook watcher, pop over to YouTube, just put in a, hi, I'm here, and then you can go back to Facebook.
So just so you guys know, next week we're going to do the drawing for YouTube, and then the following week we're going to do a drawing for anybody who's on the TikTok live. So, and I went through the bag earlier. It's a whole bunch of craft supplies and goodies.
Give it one more time, because everybody's still kind of chiming
You the one
in.
over here giving me the time marks.
I'm just telling you what the time is. Usually ignore me. I know, but I gotta get through this.
I got it. Well, tonight was more laid back. So we have decoupage paper. There are 3 sheets in here. I have a small zippered bag. These are supposed to be disposable, but I have yet to throw one away. I reuse mine. And I love them because they're kind of see-through, so you can see what's in there. Because y'all know me. If it goes into a box, it disappears forever. In my mind, anyways. This is like a cleaning kit. There's like a ton of tools on here on both sides of this. This is really cool. And people who do like clay use these, but these are awesome to have on your craft table. We have a beauty blender for your stencils, a sanding pad. This is really cool. You suction it to the bottom of the sink when you're cleaning out your brushes, and there's like a texture on there to help clean your brushes. We have, what do you call this again?
A beauty sponge?
No. It's a Mr. Clean, but
yeah,
it's not a
the
Mr.
cleaning
Clean.
sponge, yeah.
Yeah, these are like, I love having these in my workshop. This is just like a little group. I literally just went around and grabbed stuff out of my thing. and there are 5 different, like shapes.
Oh,
in
those
here.
are your, we sold those.
We did. This was for like a project or something I remember a while ago.
Yeah, and they became like tags,
Yes.
and people kept asking at the booth, "Can we buy some?" And you know me, somebody says, "Can I buy it?" My answer is yes, you
Yes.
can.
And then I have a little mini ink pad. I'm gonna fill this up for you guys. If you haven't tried the IOD ink, you'll have a chance to try that. If you have, you'll have a special little ink pad. And there is a brush. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think there's 10 brushes in here. So there's paint brushes. And then I only have 3 in here. You guys, I have like so many precast molds. I'm just going to fill this up and throw that in there. And then this is a blank card, but this card is really good. I use mine a lot, whether it's making marks on my mixed media pieces or scraping on texture medium or drawing lines. You can make like really cool looking vintage lines on your projects using a card. And so that's in there too. And the bag. So,
And a Roycycled bag,
and a Roycycled bag.
which is a reusable bag if you happen to live in a community that,
Yeah, it's a canvas bag.
yeah, that
so,
doesn't allow, some communities don't allow plastic bags.
like Bisbee.
Yeah. Although I don't know where they're at with their lawsuit, so,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. But
So-
some communities don't, so here you
Yeah,
go.
you can use it for grocery shopping, or if
Sure.
you're traveling and you want to take your crafts with you, like I do when I
So.
travel.
All right. I've
Give me
been
a
good
name.
this year. Who just posted that? Linda Dowdy. All right. I want to give it to her now just because of that. But that's not fair.
I'm trying to look for a pen so I can write it down and put it in the bag and take it in the house so that I will remember.
There have been times I've seen you put things like on an edge where sometimes you want to slide paper under. There's like you got a small gap. So you'll slide that. I've seen you use the tools for that. I've never
Oh,
seen you use a
yeah.
plastic card though. But I
I've
bet you
used the
could.
plastic card with usually I have a mark that I use on my mixed media pieces, and I use that card to make it.
Yeah.
But you can use it to make lines. You can use it to scrape texture. I use it in my class that I taught, my texture class. I know I meant to have a sale on my class, but I don't feel like I have enough classes yet.
So I'm scrolling back and forth.
Back, forth, and forth.
So it's just going up and down, and you tell me when to stop. And that'll,
Stop. Hammer time. No, I'm just kidding.
All right. Now give me a number 1 through 7.
1 through 7's my favorite. 7.
7. All right. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Felicia Brown.
Felicia Brown. I'm writing your name on this card so I'll remember.
All right. Felicia Brown. Congratulations. You are the winner.
And Felicia, do me a favor. Message me your shipping address so that I can get this out to you, because I still have hours to spend in
She's
my
also
shipping
asking
room.
about the copper-colored Roycycled T-shirt.
Oh, you know what? I'm having a hard time
Sourcing that.
sourcing that. So I only have the gray that's available for sale. The copper one were shirts that a friend of mine made for me, because I wear Roycycled every day, you guys. Like 90%.
Well, you keep
of the
teasing
day.
them because you got like one of those that you wear every now
I
and then.
know. I like it. So congratulations, Felicia. I'm letting it brown. I wrote your name on this card, so I'll remember. But be sure and message me your address. If you get it to me tonight, it makes it a lot easier, because then I don't have to remember. Y'all, I got issues. I swear, the older I get, the worse it gets. The harder it is to manage my ADD. Like, seriously. I'm not even kidding. But if you message me tonight, Felicia, that'll make it super easy, because that means when I'm in the mailroom tomorrow, I'll have your information to be able to ship it out to you.
So now, everybody who's on Facebook tonight, remember next week,
It's going to be YouTube.
just pop over to YouTube, make a quick comment, then you can go back to Facebook if you prefer to watch that way.
Yeah.
If you watch on YouTube on your TV, make sure you grab your phone, get on, make a comment, then you go right back to your TV. We want everybody to have, oh, Felicia is on YouTube. She popped onto Facebook to do a comment. Good for you, Felicia. She goes, I'm
And
so
that's
happy I'm
fine.
crying.
Aw, we
Yeah.
appreciate you, Felicia, because I know you're here most Sundays. So Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank all of you. And the drawing and even the sales, like it really is. You guys make Roycycled legitimately. And so I appreciate each and every one of you. And so this is just a way for us to give back during the month of December. A fun way too. I like it a lot. And I think that's it, baby. What time is it? Oh, it's 7:22. Bam. I'm
Look at
still
that.
on time.
All right.
You guys have a blessed weekend. We'll see you guys next Sunday.
Stay warm and dry.
And of course, you guys know, I'm going to tell y'all anyways, but there is nothing here that I've done today that you guys cannot do. You guys can do this and you can absolutely do it today. You guys have a blessed week. We'll see